guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new here, hey girlies. So today's video is going to be a chit chat get ready with me / story time type video. This is something I've been meaning to tell you guys since October. I've been talking about this on Twitter for a while now and I just never got around to making the video. So today we're going to be talking about the scary reason I got rid of all of my crystals, my tarot cards. I threw all that stuff out, and as many of you guys know, I'm very much into like supernatural stuff, paranormals, you know, new age religion, spirituality. But I did start having a couple of weird situations and incidents that, you know, basically led me to just completely get rid of all this stuff, just trash it. I don't want anything to do with it. Anytime somebody reaches out to me on some, hey, I want to do a reading for you, no, I'm not interested. I don't want any of that stuff in my life anymore. And the reason it took me so long to make this video is because I felt like I was going to be disrespectful, and I felt like, well, not intentionally disrespectful, but I felt like because so many people are into this right now, and it does provide healing, I guess, for some people, and it does actually help some people. I want to put a disclaimer in the beginning. I am not trying to come across as disrespectful. I am not trying to make anything seem evil or try to imply that anything is evil, but we all have our own, you know, experiences with things, and that could go with anything in life. Because at one point this did really help me a lot, but everything just started going downhill, and I don't know what could have possibly caused it. So this is not only just like a chit chat, but this is also like a questionnaire. Can anybody, you know, give me some insight? What do you think could have possibly happened? Because everything was going smoothly, and then out of nowhere, like, this stuff just kind of like took a turn. Like I said, we're doing a chit chat get ready with me. I already put my foundation on just because it does take a little while to dry, and my concealer, and I didn't want to like be sitting here for like 5 minutes like not actually doing anything. So for my foundation, I put on my CoverGirl True Blend Matte Made. I'm in the color M10. I absolutely love this. I just picked up a new bottle of this. Before I was using this brand and it started breaking me out really bad. I started getting like a little tiny bumps all over my face. So I switched back to this. This is what I was using before, and then of course I used my Pro Filter Fenty Beauty concealer because this stuff has amazing coverage. I literally only need one dot of this to cover my entire face, and then just a little bit of this under my eyes, around my nose, and like I'm good to go. And for my powder, like I'm just going over the things I haven't shown yet in case anybody wants to like try any of these products. I don't even know if you could buy this anymore. This is by Milani. I've had this for like 2.5, maybe almost 3 years. I don't know how long I have owned this, but this is my all-time favorite powder, and I will not get rid of it. This is the Milani Even Touch Powder Foundation. I'm in the color number 2. So before we actually get started with this whole video, a message from our sponsor. So before we get started with today's video, I want to give a big shout out to Current for sponsoring us today. If you guys don't know what Current is, they are the new way of banking. Basically, they're a mobile bank, and then you of course get your own debit Visa card. Current is a real bank account with no fees and no minimums. You guys can actually also get paid up to 2 days earlier on there, and you also get a free overdraft of up to $100. So say y'all got a bill to pay and you got the money, you're also able to earn points on purchases and redeem it for cash. Say goodbye to having to go to the bank to deposit a check. You could literally just take a picture of it and deposit directly to your account on your phone. I don't know if your bank does this, but when you go to the gas station, sometimes they'll put a hold of sometimes up to $75 on your card. With Current, you're gonna get instant refunds on gas station holds. Yes, you can sign up for Current if you're under the age of 18. They do allow teenage accounts, and they actually have something called saving pods where they'll round up your purchase. So say if, you know, and this is an option, so say, you know, you spend $7.50, you can round it up to $8, and the extra 50 cents they'll put it into a savings pod for you. No, they're not taking your 50 cents, they'll actually put it away for you, and you're not gonna notice it, you know what I mean? And then over time that saving pod is gonna build up, and then boom, next thing you know, you have $500 in there. Literally only takes 2 minutes, and your card will ship free directly to your home. If you guys are interested in getting a Current Black Premium card, check out the link that I have in my description below and sign up. And thank you so much, Current, for sponsoring today's video. Okay, now let's like get back into the makeup and start with the story. So this all starts in probably like 2017, my era when I went and had those shitty ass braids. I know you guys remember when I got those box braids. I don't know who let me do that, like Denzel, anybody. Like y'all really could have spoke up and said, girl, take those out. Nobody stopped me. They were not cute. It was not a moment. For bronzer, I'm using the Hoola Caramel. I used to use the just regular Hoola bronzer, but ever since I got the caramel one, I've been loving this. I feel like it works a lot better with my skin tone. The other one was a little bit too chocolatey colored. I just use like a regular Real Techniques brush. We don't use nothing fancy over here. We got a Fenty Beauty brush, these 2 Real Technique brushes, and 1 eyeshadow brush. Everything is still put away. I mean, my bedroom is still put away. Like, did we even, like, we failed to mention that I look like I'm in a brothel. I told you guys in my last video, I have not set anything up, so this is literally what my bedroom looks like. I'm washing all my sheets and like all my pillow covers and stuff, so that's why it looks like I have like one pillow. Welcome to my crib, MTV. This is why I have not done a room tour. I haven't done a house tour yet because nothing is done. Like I said, the story starts in 2017 during one of my worst eras. When a lot of people started to not like me. And I had a meetup in Arizona. I went back to go visit my family. And I wanted to do like something quick at Arrowhead Mall. So I told you guys like, oh, meet me at Forever 21. So if you were at that meetup and you still watch my videos, like, hey girl, what's up? But one of my girlies or the Rat Pack at the time, actually gave me a gift, and she gave me like a card, a couple other little things, but she also gave me 2 crystals, and I had no idea like what these crystals were. I know one was like a purple one and then one looked like a rainbow. I had a book that this girl gave me. I actually became friends with this girl. Like, I'm gonna mention her in this video. Like, nothing, no spite towards her. Like, girl, it's okay. We're not close anymore. We kind of fell off after I stopped like going to those like things with her, which I'm gonna get into those as well. She gave me this book that like had literally everything in it. Like, it had every single name of every crystal, so I knew like my shit. I knew what I was talking about. These days, no, I forgot. My short-term memory, I don't know if it's from smoking weed or if it's just from being stupid. I just had that, you know, in my room, and I became friends with this girl. How did we become friends? I think we met through Instagram. Part of the book was like, oh, like all different kinds of crystals, minerals, like different rocks and stuff. The middle of the book, you actually wrote like manifestation. So like it was like a couple of pages of just like blankness, and it's like, oh, what do you wish for? Like, what do you want to happen? So like I would just write in there randomly like the same thing over and over. Like, I want Briella lashes to do good. I want Briella lashes to do good. Like, just like stuff like that. And the other half of the book actually had spells and stuff in it. Now, I wasn't really so much interested in like the spell stuff because I don't know much about like magic and witchcraft and all that, and I'm just really not trying to like dip my toes in that kind of stuff either and then like screw myself, because as we all know, I have really bad luck and I just feel like I would dabble in that kind of stuff and then it would all like instantly backfire on me. So I never really like looked too much into that part of the book. Because of her, I definitely got into like crystals and all that. She started taking me to these little like retreats in Sedona, because Sedona was only like an hour away, so like it wasn't that far. There was a couple of them in Phoenix, and they would be inside this like, was it the Comerica Theater? I don't even know if it's called that anymore. There's like this like small like theater type thing. So in the theaters, it would be like 30 to 50 people there. And at the ritual like circle things, because it would be like a bunch of people just like sitting in a ring. Well, not a bunch, it'd be like 10 or 12 people at like the Sedona ones. It was more of like an intimate experience. But the ones in like downtown Phoenix, that was definitely like a lot of people. And we also had to pay to go to the ones in Phoenix. Those were like maybe like $10 to get in. But the Sedona one was free, and you could just kind of like show, I think it was like a word of mouth thing. So like those were probably her friends, or like she knew those people personally, because like I didn't know them, but she would always like say hi to all of them and stuff, and I would just kind of like be in the background because I'm antisocial and I don't know how to make friends and talk to people. I would go with her to these, you know, like little shows or whatever, and we would bring our crystals. At the beginning of it all, like I said, I had only my 2 crystals, but probably towards like the end of everything before I threw them away, I probably had about 20 to 30 crystals. Some of them were only like $1, and I know like some of them get really expensive. I think the most I've spent on a crystal was like $150. It was just like, oh, it was so pretty. It was just like aquamarine color, like blue, like super bright blue, like baby blue crystal. I can't remember what it was called. But that's the most I've ever spent on one, and it was so pretty, and I low-key like wish I didn't get rid of that one. You know, I would take all my crystals, I'd have my little like sack full of them, and we would take them, we'd put them all out in front of us, and we would all just kind of like do a little prayer type thing. Just start chanting like positive affirmations out into the world. We would meet up at like the Sedona vortexes. I don't know if you've ever heard of those before, but in Sedona, Arizona, there's like, I don't know how many, maybe like 5 or 6 of them around that. Just a space that has like really high energy, that people believe that like, you know, you can get clearing and energy healing and emotional healing and just free your mind type thing. So, you know, we would go to those, and like everything was fine, everything was fun. Like I didn't have any bad experiences so far. Now things started getting kind of weird when she started taking me to this like other theater place. I can't even remember like what it was called, because she drove most of the time. Like I was just chilling in the car, and if I'm gonna be honest with you as well, I was fried most of the time. I just forgot to mention, I don't know if anyone's noticed yet, but I accidentally shaved half of my eyebrow off the other day. And I was trying to be on my Wolfie Cindy, okay? Like, I was trying to have a like thin brow. I don't know what I was trying to do. I just remembered. Like I said, everything was like fine. I was fried most of the time, so like I don't even know where this like one place was. We only went there like 1 or 2 times. But the second time we went there, it was like an actual show. Like it was like a performance type thing. And at the end of the performance, they had us doing some sort of ritual. They handed out these little stones that had symbols on them. They're like, everyone, you have to like hold it and then just repeat after me. Had us like, oh, we're gonna pray to this person or something. And I've never experienced that before. So I was like, why are we praying to like somebody specifically? I thought it was just like an energy clearing like type situation. Once we started doing this thing, like it kind of felt like I fell into a trance type thing. Like I didn't feel like I was myself. I didn't feel like I was like there, if that makes sense. Like I felt like I was like outer body type thing. It was really weird and uncomfortable. So we ended up leaving early. I was like, girl, I'm sorry, like I don't feel safe here. I don't feel like the vibes are not like what I thought they were going to be. And she's like, okay, like we can leave, let's go. So, you know, she dropped me off at home and that was that. But ever since, you know, I went to that whole little like show ritual, whatever, remember, keep in mind, like I mentioned that this girl wasn't only into like crystal healing and stuff, she was also into like witchcraft and like spells and like all that stuff, but I have absolutely no knowledge on any of that stuff. I probably should have also looked more into the show that she took me to, because like for all I know, like maybe we were worshiping the devil. I don't know. I don't know, I trusted her to an extent because, you know, she was my friend. I didn't think she was gonna take me to anything like sketchy. So we went to that little show or whatever. She took me home because, like I said, I did not feel comfortable at all. And after that, I feel like my life just kind of like went downhill a bit. The thing is, like, I went to that show with her specifically. Like, I kind of like stopped going for a little while, but she kind of dragged me out. Like, come on, let's go, let's go. Like, you've been having a hard time lately. I just wasn't doing good mentally. I cannot find my highlighter brush. And I noticed around this time, like after I went to that show, like I'm not blaming everything on that show because like sometimes you just go through things in life. But at this point, it was just really weird. Like it was like back to back, people were coming into my life that did not have good intentions at all. And they were just like wreaking havoc on me. Even people from like the past, or like exes or like ex-friends or just anything along the lines of that. Like my life just got really, really negative. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I'm not putting out negative energy into this world. I'm, you know, doing my positive stuff and staying on my spiritualness. And like, I was actually, you know, praying to God and everything, and like, as well as doing all this stuff too. So like, I wasn't like, you know, putting everything on like a crystal or a rock. Like I also, you know, was starting to build up my relationship with God again. And because I did definitely fall off for a while. And I'm still kind of like struggling right now, which I don't know why. It's like this is kind of like deep. So like, don't judge me for what I'm about to say. But like every time I try to get back into Christianity, and every time I try to get back into, you know, building my relationship with God again, it's like something doesn't feel right. And I just can never like, I can never fully dedicate myself to it, and I can never fully like get into it again. I don't know how to explain it. Like, and that's why I had such a hard time with it. Like as a kid, like as a teenager, I did not like going to church. I did not, and it's not because like I'm some like wicked demon or something. Like, so please don't like think that. But like, I just have never felt comfortable in Christianity. And like, I don't know, it's like so many of my friends, like my friend Steven, like he took me to church and like it was cute, like we had a little moment. And like Kelly, she tries to, you know, send me like live streams to this like church that she broadcasts and everything. And like even like Natalia Taylor has reached out to try to like help me build my relationship with God again. And it's just like for some reason, like I just can't, and it's really hard. I don't know how to explain it. But during this time, like I said, like a lot of people were coming into my life and just causing like just bad stuff. I even like, and it's not even like, oh, just like on some like, oh, your ex popped up and like they ruined your headspace. No, like I actually had like ex-friends come into my life, and it's not because like we stopped being friends for like a bad reason. We just stopped being friends because we fell off or somebody moved away or something. So like these people would just come back into my life, but it's like, why was it like so negative? Like these people were treating me like shit. They were, you know, putting really bad thoughts into my head and making me feel worthless and making me, you know, just feel less than. And I'm like, what is going on? Like, I thought these people came into my life to be my friends. Like, I thought like, oh, like now I'm gonna finally, because like realistically, y'all, I only have like 2 friends that I talk to every single, not even, yeah, like 2 friends that I talk to like every single day. And they both live, one of them, my best friend Marcus, I mentioned him in my last video. Definitely go and check out his channel. It's Mark Hizzle, Markizzle. You guys almost got him to like 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for everyone that's like showing support. Because like when you support my friends, like people that actually mean a lot to me, like that means the world. So thank you guys. But like I literally only have him and like my friend Ross that I talk to, and then like I talk to my mom once in a while. Like I have Anthony obviously, but like at the time I didn't have Anthony. And like I don't know, like I just felt really lonely, and I just, you know, I thought these people were gonna come into my life with like good intentions and all that, and it just ended up being like really bad. Like one situation being that like my friend was going through a hard time, so I was like, hey, just come and stay with me at my house for a couple days. We could have like a really good time, we could chill. And then we ended up going and doing like a little trip out of state, and it was the worst time of my life. I That is a whole story in itself. Like, it was the worst trip of my life. I ended up booking a ticket and I went home days earlier and I left them there. Like, I'm sorry. I was like, and I know some people are like, damn girl, you just left them there. Yeah, like I left them at the hotel. Like I was like, you got your own money, like you have your own ticket. Like I changed mine. I'm going home. I don't feel safe around you. Like this person was making me feel really uncomfortable. Like, and I never have been put in like that kind of position by a friend either. And like Marcus was like, you need to go home. What's another situation that happened, y'all, when I got beat up at that taco stand when I was at the fair and somebody just randomly came up to me and poured their drink all over me down my back. Just like little things like that. It's like, what is going on right now? I am not like this big poppin' influencer where it's like, oh my god, like you see my face and you know who I am. Like I'm celebrity. Like no, people don't know who I am. So it's like, why would just people randomly target me for like all this really negative stuff to all happen within like 2 months? So fast forward a little bit, like I said, I ended up cutting all these people back out of my life. So here I am being lonely again, like back to what I was before. Because like I said, like I have my online friends, like I have my friends that I talk to like through my phone, but like I said, one of my friends lives like 1,000 miles away and my other friend lives 2,000 miles away, so it's like, girl. But conveniently I met Anthony like a month after all of that, so like that lonesomeness didn't last for long, thank goodness. And then as time passed, like, you know, we started dating, and then even more time passed and we ended up moving in together. But he saw all my crystals and stuff. Like the first time I had him come over to my house, like he saw all my crystals, he saw all the like books and stuff, and he got kind of like freaked out by that, and he's like, that stuff is like, it's not like weird or anything to me, but like it's kind of scary. He's like, it's kind of demonic feeling. He's like, do you like practice witchcraft or whatever? I was like, no child, I don't do all that, because trust me, if I practiced it, like we would be in a mansion right now. So once me and Anthony did actually move in together, he asked me if I would be okay with like moving all my crystals and stuff out of the bedroom, because I had my bed right here and they were all right there directly next to it. And he said he had like a bad vibe about it. He just didn't feel comfortable like putting his head down and going to sleep next to that. So for some reason, like, I don't know, I felt like an attachment towards them and I didn't want to get rid of them. So I was like, you know what, I'll put them all in a bag, but I'm just gonna put them in my closet. I'm not about to like throw these all away because like I spent all this money on them. Like I told you guys, some of them were like $1, but some of them were like up to $100 each, and I had like 20 to 30 of them. So just like imagine how much money I've actually like put into it. And I just also had this like weird like attachment to them, so I didn't want to for some reason. But I was like, you know what, whatever, I'm just gonna move them into my closet. I left them in there, but the one thing that I did leave out was this little stick of white sage that girl gave me. And she told me anytime like vibes feel off or anything feels weird in your home, just burn this. So I started burning that around the home because like, I don't know. So that's exactly what I did. Like I just started burning it around my house, and you know, hoping that it would like clear the energy and like make things like feel better. Like I said, like weird things were happening and I met Anthony, but that doesn't mean that like all of a sudden everything got better. Like weird things were still like happening. I just realized I've been talking and like not even like doing my makeup. But it was like all of a sudden we're both like experiencing like weird health issues. We were experiencing just like really like, I don't know, like everything just felt really out of loop and just really off. So me still being into all of that stuff, I was like, you know what, maybe we should go and like cleanse ourselves, like being head ass about it again, thinking that that was gonna like, not being head ass, because like that's gonna sound, people are gonna be like, what do you mean head ass? No, like I was just being head ass, and I was like, oh, maybe like if we go to like one of the vortexes, because that stuff always brought me peace, like maybe if we take all the crystals out there and do something like that, like maybe it'll make us feel better. So like I planned the whole trip out and everything, and keep in mind, I ended up finding out that I was pregnant a couple of days before we went on the trip, so like we were also gonna kind of like celebrate that as well. And then because I was gonna be like clearing my energy, I thought that like that was the right time to do it, since you know like I was gonna bring a baby into this world and I wanted to have like a healthy pregnancy and all of that. So while we were out in Sedona, we did visit all the vortexes and stuff, but we actually also went to like a couple crystal shops, and I don't know why all of a sudden he changed his mind, but like he was actually wanting some of them. Like he saw them all and he's like, oh my god, like I want to get a couple of them. We ended up getting like matching bracelets. I had a purple one and he had a black one. It was like a black stone, black tourmaline. I don't even know, girl, I don't know. I can't, like I'm trying to remember what these things were called, but we both ended up getting like matching crystal bracelets. He was a black one and mine was the purple one. And like I said, we went and we took our crystals, we took Pickle and Penny, and we just like sat there like in the freaking mountains, and we would just like chill. And the next day we went to another shop, and they actually had like this little book that once again had all of like the names of the crystals and just everything that, you know, like you could possibly want to know about like crystal healing and all that. But they also included some little rituals in there as well. So I was like, okay, like maybe we should do one of those. So we ended up doing one of them. And I will admit, after doing it, I did feel a little off. I didn't feel like, you know, at peace of mind. I'm doing my eyeliner so bad right now. I'm struggling so bad. I will admit, like, there's gonna be so many jump cuts in this video, not only because, like, I'm gassy right now and I keep burping every 5 seconds because this damn baby inside me, but also, like, I'm getting really uncomfortable telling this story. That's why it's taken me so long to actually make this video. Like, I genuinely feel so uncomfortable telling this. So like if I don't seem like myself telling this, because I'm already like, I'm listening to how I'm talking and I feel like I'm not acting like my usual like peppy, like even though I'll tell like a scary story or tell something that like wasn't a good experience, like I'll still find a positive like way to speak on it. But like this time, like it just genuinely feels really uncomfortable like sharing all of this. After we did one of those little rituals from the books, we did this at one of the vortexes once again. We did it at the one that has like the big church or whatever on the hill. And like I said, immediately I just felt really off. Like I did not, like I felt sick to my stomach like right afterwards. Like as we were leaving, I was like, something just doesn't feel right after doing that. And he's like, you know what, it's probably just in your head, like it's whatever, like let's just go get some food. And I forgot about it. Next day, which I find this is so fucking convenient that this happened, another one of my friends, the one that actually took me to the burlesque show in LA, she practices Reiki, I don't know how to pronounce it. But she practices that, and she was like, oh, like I'm passing through Sedona. I'm like, girl, why are you here? Like, she did a whole trip to like New York or something to rescue a dog. And then she drove all the way out there and then drove all the way back to California. Psychopath. But she's like, oh, like I want to come over. I want to do like a little healing session on you. Like, blah, blah, blah. I want to like pull your tarot cards, all that. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. But like, since we're in like the whole groove of like doing this kind of stuff right now, I was like, sure, like come through and like do it. After she did her little like cleansing thing on me, I felt worse. I didn't feel better at all, and I told her too. I was like, that didn't help me at all. Like if anything, like I feel worse. I don't know, like I felt bad saying that, and like I don't know, I doubt she's gonna watch this video, but like if you are, like I love you, girl. But like yeah, like I even told you, like I felt worse after that. I did not feel like cleansed or healed. I just felt like everything just like got even worse. So now we're only there for maybe like one more day, and we decided to go through like a couple more shops. We went through like a few little like clothing stores, the outlets or whatever. But then we ended up going into another crystal shop, and tell me why the second I walked into there, my intuition and something told me like, leave. Don't keep walking through the store, you need to get out. So I listened to myself for the first time in my life, and I got out of there. So like I said, the next day we ended up leaving Sedona, and unfortunately the next day I ended up having a miscarriage. I don't want to blame all that stuff, but like I just found it really convenient that like back to back, like every time I would dabble in that stuff, like something really negative would happen in my life. and I dabbled in it again and I lost my baby. So maybe it was just a medical problem. Maybe it was like, you know, it just wasn't a viable pregnancy. Who knows? But like, I started connecting all these dots and like coming up with shit in my head. Like, what if me messing with this stuff and dabbling in all this like caused that to happen? I don't know. So fast forward again for the 10 millionth time. I just kind of like struggled after that happened, mentally, physically, emotionally, all of that. It was pretty traumatizing, the whole situation, which I'm sure many of you could understand. Like, losing a child is not easy. It was really hard. It was not an easy time for me at all. I just feel so weird filming this video. I've wanted to film this for so long, but I just feel so uncomfortable telling the story. Like, just like mentioning it, like mentioning all the crystals and all the rituals and all that shit I was doing, like it just feels so like heavy on my chest. Like, girl, you just put eyeliner on. This is why I haven't done my mascara yet, because I just feel like it's just gonna start pouring down my face. Me being a dumbass because I didn't heal from it properly, I reached out to that friend again. This was probably like September-ish time. So this was a couple months after it happened, and I just, like I said, I wasn't healing. I wasn't getting any better, and I reached out to her. Well, I can't even talk. I'm stuttering really bad. I reached out to her and I was like, hey, like, can we go to one of those little like things again? I don't know why I thought that was a good idea, but I was like, can we go to one of those again? Because like at one point it did bring me a lot of peace, and I'm struggling really bad right now. I didn't tell any of my friends about like the miscarriage. I told like maybe like my best friend and like one other person, but like that was it. But other than that, like I kept it to myself. I didn't tell her either. But she was like, oh my god, I'm so happy you want to like go to one of these. Like, I missed coming or going to them with you. So she sent me the address, and it ended up being one of those places in downtown Phoenix. So I was like, okay. Like, I told Anthony I was gonna go. I was gonna go by myself, obviously. He didn't want anything to do with that stuff, because after our loss of the baby, he instantly thought all of that stuff was evil and didn't want anything to do with it. Like, he wanted me to throw all my crystals in the trash. Like, he didn't want to see a book. He didn't want to hear it. Like, that, it obviously traumatized him as well. He just didn't want anything to do with that stuff, which I respect, because like you can't force things on people. But you know, I was like, you know, I'm gonna go to this thing. So this time I decided I was gonna drive myself because I wanted the option to leave. And that was like something I would always get myself caught up in the past. I'd be like, I would be so lazy to drive somewhere, and then I'd want to end up leaving, and it's like, bro, like I didn't drive myself here, so now I have to wait. Like, obviously Uber is a thing, but I'm also cheap, and I'm not trying to spend $70 to $80 to get from downtown Phoenix back home, like in an Uber. So I was like, you know what, let me just drive myself. So if I want to leave, I can. And I'm so glad I did, because the second I got there, I kid you not, I started feeling like I was going to puke. My head started hurting, my heart started hurting, like everything. Like, I just felt so like, don't go in there. Again, I was getting those like ideas and thoughts in my head, like, don't go in there. My intuition telling me like that is not a good idea. I texted her and I said, I'm outside, but something is telling me not to go in there, so I'm just gonna leave. So I drove all the way over there, an hour for no reason, and I drove myself all the way back home. And when I tell you, like, driving away from that place, I started feeling better. I did. So I was like, okay, that's weird. Like, what's going on with that? Like, why, like, what's telling me that this stuff is, like, wrong? I don't know. Like, I don't want to say that, because, like, there's people that actually, like, are into this, and, like, it helps them and it heals them, and I don't want to, like, make it seem like it's evil or something, or, like, there's some, like, devil worshiping going on, because, like, I don't know what happened. Maybe it was that one ritual that I went to and like something attached itself to me. Maybe it was something in Sedona. Maybe it was this. Maybe, like, I don't know. But I will tell you, the second I got back to my house, I went and got all my crystals, all my books. I put them all in a bag, and I put them straight into my garbage can, straight into my trash can. I didn't even like second guess it. I didn't second think, like nothing. I just went straight into the house, didn't even say hi to Anthony, grabbed everything, threw it away, and he was like, oh, okay. But when I tell you, I had the best sleep I have had in months that night, which makes no sense. Like, I got rid of all that stuff, took it out of my closet, took it out of my home, put it in the garbage can, put it outside. And like I said, I had the best sleep of my life. Like I felt clarity. I woke up in the morning feeling fresh and brand new. Like I felt like all of my like woes and just everything just got like lifted off of me. Once I got rid of everything, once everything was out of the house, like it just seems like everything just started getting better. Like keep in mind at this time I was trying to sell my home and it's like nobody was interested in coming and seeing it. But once I got rid of all this stuff, boom, I have all these people trying to come into my house and like view it all of a sudden. Like keep in mind we're in a pandemic, we're in a panoramic, so like no one has money right now to be going and buying homes. And if anything, we would probably think like, oh, people are gonna try to short sell their houses and try to get deals, but like I wasn't doing that. I was selling my house for more than it was worth. I don't care. I said I was trying to make a buck, and I did make a buck. All of a sudden, like all these people are trying to come and see my house, and the house sold immediately. I was struggling to find a place to move into, and then I ended up finding this place. Like just everything just started falling in my lap, and everything just started going the way that it should, I feel like. Not long after all of that, I did end up finding out that I was pregnant again. So I was just like, what is going on? Like everything was just going wrong, and then out of nowhere everything just starts going so right in my life once I stop messing with that stuff and stop going to those rituals, stop hanging out with that girl, which like, I feel so bad saying that. It's just like ever since I stopped messing with that stuff, everything got better out of nowhere. Let's go ahead and do this lip real quick. So this is my all-time favorite lip liner that I've been able to find and get my hands on. Because every time I go on TikTok and someone's like, the perfect lip combo, you go to the store, sold out. This is the NYX lip liner in Need Me. I need to go buy more of these. Let me just show y'all, like, I love this color. It like matches my lips, kind of. It's just like a little bit darker. I need to sharpen this, but I'm too lazy to go to my bathroom and do that. And then I get my lipstick. I don't know which one it is. I broke one of them. It's the one that's not broken. That one's broken. This one. This is in the color Warm Me Up. This is a Maybelline lipstick. And then I just go ahead and put that on top of that. And then lastly, I go ahead and put Doll Face on. This is a LA Colors lip gloss. I put that. And that is what I do for my everyday lip. I love this for some reason. Like, I just feel like it looks really good with my skin tone. And by skin tone, I mean like pale washed out whale. And that's what I do for my like everyday makeup, basically. Like nothing too crazy, but like, I like the way it looks. What do you guys think? Yeah, like ever since I stopped dabbling and all that stuff, I feel like my life just kind of like got better, and that freaks me out because I don't want to sit here and be like, oh my god, like a rock like ruined my life or something. Like it could have definitely been like one of those little rituals. I need to like look into it, and I'll definitely like respond to some comments. So I'm gonna like start Googling shit after I like post this video. But I don't know what we did or what I did, but like everything just started going really downhill in my life. I feel like the whole takeaway from this story is probably not so much of like, oh, like don't dabble in this stuff, because like this stuff actually does help some people, but I would more so say be careful who you trust and who. You never know if people have bad intentions. For all I know, like homegirl could have been like doing some like voodoo on me in the background. For all I know, she could have been taking me to like something that appeared to be innocent, but really it was something else. Cause like me being lazy, I didn't actually like look into all of that. I just like, okay, come pick me up, let's smoke and go. Cause like at the end of the day, the universe is such a complex, crazy thing, and it's like you never know what is really going on at all times, and what you mess with, what you dabble in, what that can like actually do, and like what kind of effect that can have on your life. So me personally, that is why I don't mess with any of that stuff anymore, because anytime I did, it just kind of like it went downhill. So let me know your experience if you've ever had like a negative one, or maybe even share your positive experience, because like let's not have a bunch of negativity in the comments, but like definitely share like, oh hey, like I started getting into this and like it saved my life. Like I would love to hear that stuff too, because I don't want to sit here and have like, you know, a negative feeling about all of that. But yeah, like let me know what you guys think. Like I just wanted to share my experience today. Like this was just like a quick little video. Well, I've been sitting here for like 30 minutes talking, but just like a short little story, and like I would love to know what your thoughts are on this. So like please if you have any knowledge in this, I would love to know. Like, do you think I possibly just like got involved in something that maybe didn't have good intentions? I don't know. Like please let me know in the comments, because this is something that has been like on my mind for I've been thinking about this since like October when everything went down. It's like October, November, December. Like this has been on my mind for 4 months and I just don't know. Like I'm too scared to like even Google search stuff. I don't know why. I don't know. I'm just gonna stop blabbing now. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I really hope I didn't like disrespect anybody or come across as like trying to imply that this stuff is evil, because I don't know what it was. It could have been the people I was around. It could have been the little ritual things that they were doing. Because like I said, that one ritual that I went to her, or went with her, I can't talk. That one ritual thing at the theater that I went to her with, or went with her to, geez, my English. Like, I don't know what it could have been, but I have a feeling it might have been that one show, because they always called them shows that we went to. Because after I left, like I felt like I was kind of like in a trance and like I just felt weird. Let me know, I've said that like 10 times. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'm gonna be reading them as soon as this video drops, so let me know. And I love you guys. Thanks for coming back to another video. I really hope I didn't disrespect anybody. I try to like be as respectful as possible because like I said, I know this helps some people, but like I didn't know how else to talk about it and I didn't want to just like talk about it on a live stream. So thank you so much for coming back, and I will see you in a couple of days on my channel. Bye. And once again, thank you so much, Current, for sponsoring this video. And if you guys are interested, check out the link in my description below.